our founder, Pradeep Gowda, went to Bihar School of Yoga, and so our organization has been primarily based on philosophies and principles learned from there. Having said that, I'd like to say we are one of the first chain of yoga studio in Bangalore that provides a facility of having different styles of yoga under one roof. So we practice Hatha Yoga, Ashtanga, Mysore Ashtanga style. We practice Iyengar Yoga, what we call asana with props. We also have hot yoga, that's very popular in the West. And we also allow our teachers to teach Pilates and several kinds of yoga forms that is specifically suited for the needs of modern man. You know, they want something specifically for weight loss. Then we have courses. Then we have courses for detoxing or de-stressing, things like that. So we believe that yoga also not necessarily is on the mat, you know. So we allow full freedom of expression with respect to yoga, and we have a modern approach, but then based on very philosophical and very traditional tenets of yoga. Target audience for yoga. There used to be a time when people would think that you need to be young and flexible and without any knee problem or heart conditions, or you shouldn't be pregnant and all kinds of things to practice yoga, or you should be somebody who is ready to let go of a lot of things and go into this line. Long are gone those days. Now yoga is a full body and mind solution where anybody and everybody can practice. In fact, those who have these fears or myths, we in fact implore them to come out of it and then just try a session. Drop into a studio, meet a good teacher, talk to them, express your concerns. Go ahead and try. We suit our yoga practice to the need of the person. So there is no pushing, there is no telling that this is exactly how you should do the asana, this is exactly how you have to hold, for how long you have to hold, or there was a time when they used to say you have to do it 6 in the morning and nothing later. You shouldn't eat for 2 hours before, you shouldn't eat 1 hour after. So many requirements, and people have been in the mindset that you just can't do yoga whenever you want. Now we are very flexible, where anybody can do. In fact, everybody should do, whether or not you have a health condition. In fact, this is a preventative before you go into arthritic mode, or high blood pressure mode, hypertension, whatever it is. So this is something that you should be doing before all that happens, and not necessarily after something like that happens. So you come here for a cure or a shortcut or a quick remedy. That's not how yoga is supposed to be practiced. Everybody should practice right from when you are a child. Little kids as young as 4, they are already in a state of yoga. That's perfectly fine. But using the body to bring a kind of a calmness, to bring kind of focus or some kind of skills, strengthening, all of that happens with yoga. So anybody and everybody can practice, old and the young. People who work in the house, people who work outside in the corporate world, people who are students, people who have done everything and then just taken it easy, all of them should do yoga and can do yoga. At 1000 Yoga, we offer many kinds of yoga, many styles to suit the needs of different types of people. So we offer prenatal yoga courses, personal sessions. We also offer the course for people to take it up, and so they can become professional yoga teachers for pregnant women or moms, after just delivery. So we have had the occasion to watch many happy babies delivered, happy moms, healthy moms, and it is very heartening to, very satisfying to see that happen. And we also offer children's yoga certification courses and a few camps for children during summer, wherein parents come back and say they take an interest after they see the children take an interest. So that way, we have reached to a lot more people, yoga that otherwise could not have reached. Now the latest thing, or one time what happened was that made us really happy was We always have a lot of floating population, people visiting from abroad who are here in Bangalore for a short while. They come and practice in our yoga studio. They said we just looked out and we found you and we practiced here. And so when they go back home, they sometimes send friends, and all they tell them is, if you're going to Bangalore, don't miss out a practice at 1000 Yoga. That is something that is really nice to hear. And when they come back and say that they wanted to practice because their friend referred us all the way from the US or UK or Germany or wherever it is, it says that we have made a name for ourselves, and we have touched people's lives in such a way that publicity happens by itself, or it's not publicity of just 1000 Yoga. It's more like we are here upholding the values of yoga, and so that is what is happening. The message of yoga is spreading, and so that is a wonderful feeling. Yoga, most people, again, like we briefly talked about earlier, they wait for an opportunity to take up yoga. But here in our organization, what we want to really uphold is the simplicity and practicality of taking up a yoga practice. Most people will say, I don't have time. In the past 4 or 5 years of running this organization or being a part of this member of this organization, what I have come across is people say, I have to go to work, I don't have time. Traffic, the time it takes, is just not suiting, Or they would say something like, can we just have weekend yoga? So everything becomes an obstacle or a hindrance if you think in those terms. But here we are in 1000 Yoga. What we stand for is the simplicity and practicality. We are trying to bring more studios so that it is easier for people to go and find a good place, good environment, good ambience, and professional teachers to practice. We are also training our teachers. We have done more than 450 teachers training where teachers have been trained by us, where they are available to go to small apartment complexes and start a yoga class there. We provide them with mentoring services so that they can start their own teaching practice. And so we are trying to make it easier and simpler for people to take up a yoga practice instead of looking for reasons and excuses not to take up one. We also bring yoga to corporates so that they are not able to come to us. That's one of the reasons they say they don't have time. So we take yoga services to corporate entities and help them experience it for themselves by means of workshops or short courses, so that they have the effect, they have the experience. So now they'll have to take the trouble of finding a good studio close by. So today here we are celebrating our very first World Yoga Day, thanks to our Prime Minister. I would say at this time is not to waste any more time if you haven't had the opportunity to practice yoga. And again, don't waste time making phone calls. Come out there and see what it is. Experience for yourself. There are good counselors and yoga teachers available for you to talk to, instead of reading everything on the internet and finding out for yourself and not really being sure. Walk into a yoga studio, meet the teacher, feel for yourself what they are about, what their values are, and what they are going to share. And don't have just one goal for yoga, either to lose weight or to make it as a career, or find a way to kind of have a different career. So many things can happen. Do your first yoga session, experience it, and then decide what it means to you and where it can take you. Namaste.